to the Colander Medical Radio Show. I'm your host, Anne-Marie Cronin, here talking with Dr. Brian Colander, board certified in internal medicine and specialist in artery disease, with offices in Bingham Farms and downtown Detroit. Dr. Colander is here with us discussing his concierge practice and how to avoid heart attack and stroke, and how to begin the reversal of artery disease. Now, Dr. Colander, again, welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. And I would like to ask you specifically to explain to our new listeners and some of those tuning in again, what exactly is a concierge practice? How does it work, and how did you get into it?
Well, thanks again, Anne-Marie, and everyone, welcome to the show and welcome new listeners. As I like to say, we don't have a concierge practice because it does sound a little elitist. I like to call my practice a personalized healthcare practice. And what that means is I have fewer patients and I spend more time with each patient. And during the time we have with patients, we focus on prevention. So we're able to utilize more inflammatory biomarkers of inflammation, which are specialized blood tests that help us understand what's going on with your arteries. And along with time, because we need to explain, I need time to explain to my patients what we're doing, because that time with my patients allows us together to work as a team to improve your health. So without that time together and the extra data, we're not able to achieve our goal. But with that, we can achieve our goal of 100% prevention of heart attacks and strokes.
Okay, well, let me ask you a quick question for people that don't quite understand concierge practice. Primary care physicians, what is actually wrong with the current model of the delivery of primary care right now?
Well, unfortunately, the system now is based on volume, and there's only so much time in the day, and for doctors to make money, the way the system is made, they need to see a lot of people every day. And with that, you only get 5 minutes with your doctor, you may have to wait an hour and a half to see the doctor, and nothing's happening in 5 minutes. All that's really happening is the doctor has to fill in some boxes on their electronic health record to get reimbursed by insurance companies. So their goal is to fill those boxes. Hopefully in the course of filling those boxes, some health goals are met, but there's no personalized care. You might come in there for a broken arm, but if the boxes aren't checked, they're gonna get checked. Your arm will have to wait for another day or get referred to a specialist. Then you've got to go through the whole thing again, which is wait a few hours and to spend a few minutes with a specialist. So the system is also not focused on prevention. There's just no work being done in that goal, in that arena, because...
Well, how can there be if there's only 5 minutes to see a patient when they're coming in, they're actually sick in the beginning?
And it's not just that, you're right, but it's not just that, it's that the guidelines for treating high blood pressure, cholesterol, they're not able to achieve a goal of preventing heart attacks and strokes. The guidelines are failing people, and they need better testing, they need more time with the doctor. The whole system is not working. Heart attacks and strokes, or I should say heart attacks specifically, are still the #1 cause of death in our country and has been for 100 years. We're spending trillions of dollars on healthcare in this country, and nothing's changed in terms of preventing a disease that is 100% preventable. So it's a travesty that this isn't happening, and this show is here. The reason you and I, Anne-Marie, are having this show is to educate everybody out there to understand what's involved and how it's possible to achieve a goal of heart attacks and strokes. You should not think that it's inevitable for you, or the opposite, that it's not going to happen to you because you've been told X, Y, and Z. And that's actually a good segue to our guest today, which is Debbie. She's one of my patients and has been for a while. And Anne-Marie, you're going to ask Debbie a few questions to get started.
Yeah, Debbie, welcome to the show. We're very glad to have you here. We always like to see a patient who can talk about their experience with being with a doctor like Dr. Colander and how you segued with him into his concierge practice. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us how long you've known Dr. Colander.
Over 10 years.
And during that time, you were seeing him as a patient, regular primary care physician, and then at a certain point, he told you he's changing his practice over to this concierge practice. And how did you feel about that in the beginning?
In the beginning, I was questioning, honestly, because I just thought what would be different. But then when we really, my husband and I really looked into the program further, we realized it was the program we wanted because we wanted the personalized care. And quite frankly, we didn't want to lose our doctor. We didn't want to lose Dr. Collender taking care of us. So we moved forward with that new plan and to join the DVIP.
Well, one thing is you were already going to his practice. You were already a patient for about 6 or 8 years before he transitioned over, so it made perfect sense. But as an outsider coming in, or you say explaining it to some of your friends, what do you see was the positive or the change that actually you got offered? Was it more time, more time during the visit?
Yes, I would say that the time factor was huge for me. Also, the explanations that Dr. Collender would give for different blood work results, etc. The close following of me was very important, and so just having that personalized care and having the time with the physician was very important to me.
So you would recommend it to your friends then? You feel as though this is the way to go with primary care, with your relationship with your doctor, having more time and having more in-depth analysis of...
Yes, because I think that there needs to be an in-depth look at a human being and look at their bodily functions, etc., versus just an overlay of 5-10 minutes with a physician. You just, something gets
Right.
missed.
Exactly. Well, we're going to come back and talk some more to Debbie, but we're going to have to take a quick break. In the meantime, you're listening to the Collender Medical Radio Show. You can reach Dr. Brian Collender by calling 248-737-0091. Again, that number is 248-737-0091. You're listening to the Collender Medical Radio Show on News Talk 760 WJR.